Hello and welcome to the best mods of Starfield, where we attempt to cover pretty much all the best mods that get dropped daily. So many different mods getting thrown at us. I'll try pick some of the more interesting ones and most definitely the best mods for you to give a try on Starfield. And more importantly, keep you in the loop of what's out there. Get anything out of these kind of videos, consider liking and subscribing. Come along for the journey. Let's get into it. So we have another epic weapon mod. This particular mod at first can only be found in the lodge, in the basement, right here, right next to the spacesuit workbench. And this weapon is called the Allied HVAP Assault Carbine, and it is by Altrora. Now, from my understanding, initially you will only find it in the lodge, but however, the mod does say it can be found throughout the settled systems and beyond. So perhaps that is hinting to possible locations. However, we have an impeccable, beautiful looking carbine that has a ton of modifications. I mean, look at the detail on this. This model is superb. This was done by Walter Garrison, the model was. We'll go take a look at some of the upgrades and what's available, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this weapon. So we have all the customization you'd expect for barrel. In this case, we're going to go long barrel. We can use this for a variety of different combat scenarios, whether it be short range or sniper-like combat, and add a recon laser and a laser sight. Now, this is a custom iron sight for this weapon too. That was done by Michael Kyle. Pretty damn nice. Also, the usual culprits, we have the medium scope recon. Some of these are probably due to other mods in the background, but we'll just try this iron sights FDE. Muzzles are really nice too. We have plenty of options here. Some of these are from other weapons that also make it look pretty damn nice as well. We put the Laido 2 silencer on it. That looks awesome. However, for the most part, we have probably the option typically by default will be the flash hider, the thread cap. However, being able to attach some of these other ones are pretty nice. So let's try the combat tech in A22. Doesn't this look freaking wild? The suppressor is almost bigger than the gun. Now, along with all the various options that we are used to, comes with a nice colored stock too. We can go the FDE. Depending on what mods you're running, you will be able to upgrade its quality. In terms of the weapon's functionality, it can operate in multiple different ways. So in this sort of configuration, it's more like a long range kind of sniper almost, although we would probably want the scope. Weapon has little to no recoil, but it feels great. Now, it is on single shot. However, when you start pressing that button down quickly, it punishes. It does a nice amount of damage. It's got great range, little kickback. When it comes to ammo, it takes the 43 Ultra Mag. So the weapon is heavily influenced by Ghost in the Shell, which is terrific because that is a legendary anime. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. You can see elements from Ghost in the Shell has been incorporated into this weapon, and it is glorious. Overall, a very solid weapon, performing well in all kind of combat, short or long, plenty of customization. Another great addition to your arsenal. Let's keep moving. Before we get into the next mod, we first have to look at an absolute must mod. Now, you're probably familiar with some of SKK mods. However, we're just going to check out the Spawn Follower. This is one of the best utility follower and crew management mods that you can get. We'll just quickly run through a few things at a high level because many of you are probably familiar with this. But if you want to have multiple followers like I do, this is the mod for you. You can also heal your followers, open their inventories, move them to player, dismiss. You can spawn a random follower. It is an absolute core of anyone playing Starfield and just want to make things easier, simpler, faster. You have some additional settings as well to get them to use ammo, heal themselves, and give them credits. I highly recommend any and all of SKK mods. They're some of the very best throughout the universe, and they provide so much utility, save a ton of time, and just make the overall experience so much more rich and easier to enjoy. So this particular mod is called SKK Stalkers and Followers. Check that one out. However, the one we're going to quickly look at right now is not by SKK, but it's very handy to have both of these mods together. So we're going to jump over to Sidonia for this one. So Sidonia, Mars. The reason we're heading to Sidonia is there's plenty of recruitable companions or members. So instantly, you'll notice that a lot of the crew will have a lot more qualifications. So we're going to hire them. We'll assign them to the ship to start with. So we'll go up to a bunch of them and we'll hire them all. The mod's called Essential Crew, and it just gives your crew members that you can recruit, basically makes them indestructible. Let's just go see if we can try it on another one. Okay, so this is someone else that we've hired that is a recruit. Now, the theory is this should stop them from being able to be killed. Let's stay tuned for this. Maybe this needs an update. I might just need to change the order. Might need to come under SKK, but this will be super handy because it's really frustrating how so many of the crew members you can hire are all dispensable and they die just instantly. If they are indestructible, then having SKK spawn menu is going to be terrific because that's going to make them actually useful. You can take them out and get them to follow you on adventures by going up to them, pressing R and hit recruit. So this could be a really, really terrific perfect mod, but yeah, unfortunately, you can kill them. Okay, maybe you can't. Maybe some of them you can. This one we can't. Okay, so it's a little bit hit and miss. This guy, oh, they're down. But yeah, there you go. Okay, this one is working. They just can't be killed. So it looks like it's a bit patchy at the moment. Keep an eye on this one though, because this will be very, very handy to couple with the SKK followers, get a ton of followers, make them indestructible, and then roam the universes with a bunch of crew members that don't just get one tapped and then they're gone. Cool mod. We'll keep an eye on this one. This next mod is for all you shipbuilders, and this is one I've been waiting for to come to Xbox. So it's really nice to see this. It's going to be huge for all you shipbuilders. It's another TN's mod, and this one is Ship Modification All-in-One by the OG Tennessee, the legend himself. So this is his all-in-one version, which incorporates about 8 different mods, and he's combined them all into one to make a pretty overall schmick utility shipbuilding mod. So we'll just go through the habs, and one of the first things you'll notice with this mod is that it adds cargo to all the habs. So the bigger the hab, the more cargo. Makes a lot more sense to have something like this. So bit of a no-brainer, terrific little aspect there. The habs also grant a bit of hull. It just makes a lot more sense adding cargo and hull to your habs. Brilliant. So not only does it rebalance the habs, it also drives a similar point home with all your structural components. So not only will it give the structural components some hull, which otherwise would not add any hull amount to your ship, it adds a really nice feature that should just be a staple or in the game by default. And it's actually making these braking engines, thrusters, landing gear, and maneuvering thrusters some actual thrust themselves at the cost of taking a small amount of power. As you can see for this particular component, it's taking 0.20 power. So something to consider. It actually gives practical meaning and substance to all their structural pieces and thrusters and landing gear, giving them some maneuvering thrust. I think that's absolutely brilliant. However, it gets even better. So if we go across to reactors, let's grab the S40 sheared flow reactor and say with all the extra hull and power diversion to some of the braking, we need a bit more power to go that extra mile. You can also add supplemental reactor. This is a terrific way to balance the additional reconfiguration, which makes a lot more logical sense of adding hull, power, and weight to some of these modules. We can build another reactor alongside a main reactor. Now, the good thing about this is the way it's implemented is it doesn't add extra hull to your ship. So it's not completely busting up, making your ship indestructible. And it pretty much has every single reactor known to us other than class M almost that can be a supplementary reactor. So now you could run 2 sheared flow reactor simultaneously. The original would give you a good hull. The other one would give you no hull, extra power, and importantly, crew capacity as well. It doesn't break shipbuilding. It supplements it quite nicely. Now, hold on to that same logic because there's more. You have the same setup for your cockpits. You have your supplementary, meaning now you can have 2. Now, these are decorative, and the main reason for these is to add extra crew capacity. Crew stations does take a bit of power. However, now you can build multiple cockpits, add it into your design, and not get any errors. The other brilliant thing this mod does is just allow us to snap weapons to any snapping joint, with the exceptions of Class M and in particular the space station. Some of the Class M should still work due to the other TN's mods. However, something like this scan jammer would only be able to be placed on these. However, now you can straight away see you can place them anywhere. So this impacts all your weapons, scanners, utility sort of things. Those will be perfectly placed anywhere. The mod also includes the separate categories. If you've noticed up here, I'll have different categories for different habs, different structural components. For instance, here we have the Deritech habs, which is a patch, and then the habs for Teo. Keep in mind, for this particular part to work, you may need the, as a prerequisite, 4 TN's categories to work correctly. Not 100% sure about that, but that's my understanding. However, with those 2, you will get these separated and much easier to use shipbuilding split between habs and everything. Very nice. And do note some of these functionalities have been split into different mods. So say if you did want to just get the reactor change, you could find the various all-in-one parts in separate mods themselves. If it's not out now, they will be coming over time. However, a really nice mod for you shipbuilders, adding a lot of much needed rebalancing and allowing Xbox users to create some much more unique builds by adding multiple reactors and cockpits. Another superb mod from Tennessee. Let's keep moving. For this next mod, our destination is the glorious underground of New Atlantis, where we're going to be checking out another beautifully furbished apartment in the inner sanctum of the well. Depending where you enter to access the well, you want to head to Apex Electronics. Now this will be marked on your map, so you should be able to quick travel to this location or get to this location fairly easy. All we want to do is head over to this red door right here. This is where this gorgeous apartment is going to be for us in the well. Lady, will you get the hell off my porch? So to gain access to this property, we just need to interact with this by clicking on it. If we have the credits, we will gain access. If we don't, you will be denied. And in the top right, you'll have a message letting you know if you have been granted. So let's jump in and have a look. And upon entering, this is what we get. What is this? This is exactly what you would expect from the well. Rubbish everywhere. This is where we're going to be living. This is home. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this even worth the money? Only kidding. Here we go. We have the beautiful, the well, vibrant home by Karu Satu. And isn't this incredible? What a way to brighten up your day when living in the dim darkness of the well. We have a beautifully, richly, vibrant colored well apartment with all the little bits and pieces of detail that would probably take hours to do ourselves. So how about you save yourself some time and give this mod a crack. Now it comes with some music. You can hear that now, as well as Space Dog, fine art to boot, and the much forgotten ancient technology. Heading over to the kitchen, we'll just quickly fly through here as it has all the bits and pieces you would expect to find on a bench. I mean, I'd probably put this in the fridge, but that's just me. But as we head over, we can check out the other side of the apartment where we'll have our toilet and shower, very nicely colored as well, following the theme. And then into the engineering room or weapons room, we have the research, spacesuit and industrial workbenches and the weapon workbench, as well as tons of places to put our weapons and storage. And a lot has been squeezed into this room, but it looks surprisingly inviting and spacious. It does come with 2 vending machines as well, so that is pretty nice. We got the Canucks and the marshmallow treats. Now we'll just have a quick look at some of this storage. It looks like there is plenty of infinite storage here by the looks of it, so this ticks that box as well. Someone's been reading about Solomon Co. And the last room of this venture is the bedroom, and it has a ancient computer. Oh my god, floppy disk. Do you remember those? Those are the big floppy disks. I forgot what they're called. Another classic pepperoni, cheese and lettuce sandwich, but you can see this is a very nice, beautifully decorated room. Everything you need and has a very nice homely feel to it. Terrific little redecoration of an apartment in the well. Can't go wrong with the well vibrant home. Let's keep going. Now before we head off, note that the elevator has been disabled, so you'll have no one walking through your area, which is really nice. The apartment is 25,000 credits. Now from what I can tell, this is an apartment you cannot decorate. However, it has everything you could possibly want, so probably not a need for that. Now if the deep dark reaches of the well isn't to your taste, well, now we have something a little bit nicer, nested in one of the most beautiful locations in all the settled systems. Well, welcome to your very own A Player's Home Furnished on Paradiso. This is done by the infamous Downfall Nemesis, and let's take a look at your very own private cabin, which I don't know how private it is. We have 2 strangers staying in our apartment. There are 2 versions to this mod. There is the undecorated, which will remove everything that we see here. All we got to do is just get rid of the squatters. Only kidding, you won't have to get rid of any squatters because your very own version or apartment is located right by the lake. And upon discovering this location, it will actually be a fast travel point you can quickly access now, and you'll just be able to open and access this free. Now the apartment is very neat and tidy, very nicely decorated, very similar to the other apartments that you see on Paradiso. However, just a few little changes that just make it much more your own. As we quickly have a look through the whole area, the biggest difference being the decorator. We can now decorate this to our heart's content, including being able to build on top. Do note, it's not possible to move any of the already placed decorations. Everything else can be added though. Nice little thank you from Nemesis. Now this apartment actually comes with a downstairs area, which you can enter the basement through this door, which is really neat. And just open this door, and here we have a huge engineering room with everything you could possibly need. Tons of storage, all your workbenches, and lots of places to hang up your clothing, spacesuits, and weapons. This is a beautiful, nice little touch to this room. Makes this a much more realistic fantastic place to call home because you will have everything that you need to make a home base. So an excellent job here, and it even comes with some security. Another terrific mod by Nemesis. So this is the Paradiso cabin, a player's home, furnished. And again, you can get the unfurnished version. Choice is yours. Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.